The baseball offseason is just so slow that it makes even turtle races seem riveting, as there's still a litany of big name players out there without an address for spring training, so I found locations for 9 of them. Number 1, Luis Ariz. He's one of the more polarizing players, as the analytical numbers are atrocious aside from his bat-to-ball skills, but even said skills diminished a bit last year, as he didn't even have an average of 300, which he needs to do to bring any modicum of value to a team. However, we know historically how prolific he can be with his 2 batting titles in his back pocket, just punishing you with 2 hits a night. In today's era, with not many teams being able to consistently put the ball in play and create rallies, I think there's a team out there that can look beyond his lack of power, lack of defense, and lack of speed. That team for me is the Phillies. They can hide him at first base defensively, move Bryce Harper back to his rightful position in right field, put Adolis Garcia in left field, and Brandon Marsh in center. Number 2, Bo Bichette. Listen, he gotta stay in Toronto, shouldn't he? Right? He has to. Sure, he can go to the Yankees and supplant the floundering Anthony Volpe. Sure, he can go to Boston and, in essence, replace Rafael Devers. But the Blue Jays just went to the World Series, taking a team we all think is a behemoth in LA to 7 games. And they just signed Dylan Cease as well to $200 million. This one is easy for me, and it should be easy for the Jays as well. Just meet his number and pair him with Vlad for the next half decade and run it back. Number 3, Alex Bregman. Listen, there were a lot of loud rumors last offseason that he was going to sign with the Tigers on a big deal and reunite with the manager he won a World Series with, in AJ Hinch, and we all thought it made sense, given the need for bats Detroit needed, and just how close they felt to really competing for that division. Well, that sentiment still seems applicable a year later, and even more so with Tarek Skubal's pending free agency, and just the seemingly inevitable notification we're going to receive this time next year that he left the Motor City. Bounce on the chance that you have to win with him one more time and get one of the best bats on the market. Number 4, Eugenio Suarez. Listen, he does not do much other than hit bombs, which is amplified by his dismal average and dismal defensive metrics. However, there are a lot of teams out there that all they need is someone to hit bombs, but the most fitting one for me is the Miami Marlins. Are they ready to win? No, probably not. But are they closer than you may surmise with that pitching staff, provided they don't trade anybody? And with the emergence last year of Agustin Ramirez and all-star Kyle Stowers? Yeah, I mean, they at least showed a flicker of offense last year, which had them 16th in runs per game. You slide Suarez in the middle of that lineup, he could vie for a playoff spot, and hell, if they were to join the White Sox and Pirates in this out of nowhere spending spree, that'd be pretty dope if you're a fan of smaller market squad to see that they aren't just going to kneel down at the feet of the Dodgers. Number 5, Framber Valdez. Now, I find it difficult to believe the Mets are just going to let their franchise leader in home runs, arguably the franchise's best closer, and a fan favorite in Brendan Nimmo just walk out the door and doing nothing of significance to combat that other than signing Devin Williams. Yeah, David Stearns clearly has a different vision and a different plan for the team than what the Met fan wants, and it may or may not portend success. We'll obviously find out in due time. But that's immaterial in respect that his boss is worth $1 gazillion, so having that many notable departures without spending any money and there's clear holes on the team is just not a conceivable concept in my opinion. So I think they will and should sign Framber. Number 6 and 7.
Hey, fellas! You want to know what time I woke up this morning?
What time?
Around 6, 7!
6, 7!
Kyle Tucker and Ranger Suarez. Listen, in that same vein, the Cubs are a big market team, right? Question mark? Right? Big market? Chicago? Right? I'd ask for my Cubs fans out there, because they sure haven't acted like it in recent years. For them to not have a payroll currently in the top 10, and to be behind teams like San Diego and Arizona, must irk the diehards. Now granted, they did spend money elsewhere in the hiring of Craig Counter as their manager, prying him away from Milwaukee. But you know what I mean, in terms of the roster. But they could quell all of that by not only re-signing Kyle Tucker, but also signing Ranger Suarez. You may say that's unrealistic, and I posit the question why, right back at you. They have a dire need in the rotation, boom, Ranger. You just had Kyle and traded assets for him, boom, sign him back. They're in a division with teams that shop at the dollar store and still have not been able to consistently win it. Why? Well, they haven't spent money. Number 8, Cody Bellinger. Cody signing back with the Yankees makes too much sense to even entertain potential alternatives. Sure, he could sign up for a crazy number with the Mets, but he just fits like a glove with the Yankees, and they need his bat behind Aaron Judge in the worst way. By the way, he himself has already opined for the Bronx Bombers to bring him back. They want to stay afloat with the Blue Jays and the surging Orioles. Number 9, Zach Gallen. Zach is a befuddling player, as we've seen him be arguably a top 10 pitcher in all of ball for an extended period of time, where in back-to-back years he finished in the top 5 in Cy Young voting, but the last 2 years have not been nearly to that level, specifically last year, where he lost 15 games and had an ERA of almost 5. Has he suddenly fallen off before age 30? Probably not. Or was it just a couple of poor seasons? Probably. Now, I did just inject my opinion, but I obviously don't have the answer. But one of the selling points his agent is absurdly positing is that Gallen, over the past 4 seasons, has averaged towing the slab over 30 times, and in an era where innings are at a premium, that is immensely valuable. I just cannot think of a team that needs length from their starters more than the Mets, as every game that we saw last year, they were yanking their starter after 4 innings. Gallen to the Mets. Before we wrap up, Justin, Mr. Verlander, go back to Detroit. Come on, man. We all want to see it.
Help me polarize, help me polarize, help me down.
If you like this video, consider commenting, liking, sharing with a friend, and subscribing.